welcome to A Mindful Life. This is the music side, guitar, and this is part 2 of Hotel California, the solo. All right, so we're gonna get right into it. Picks up right here. That's the riff. It begins right there. See that? You're gonna start here. See that? So what you're doing is you're bending. Again, B minor is our key, and you're bending. That's your first move. Okay? All right. So you're bending here on you're on the G string, you're bending on from the ninth. From the ninth. Right there, you hear that? 9 to 11. Again, a bend with a flavor, not mechanical, all right? Give it a voice. So when you bend up, you're gonna bend, and as you're at the top of that bend, you're gonna come right over here with your index finger across the 7th fret, and you're playing those 2 notes right there. This is 3, 5, 7. You're playing the B and the E strings, so you, and then coming back and bending it. And then coming in the reverse direction. So you're doing this. And then you're doing them together. My bad. See that? Okay, so what you're doing is you're on a G string, and you're bending a half step. To the 10th fret. When you're bending up, let us hear the bend back to pitch. And then you're trilling. Pulling off, hammer on, pull off. All right, so when you bend back up, you're bending to the pitch, 11th fret on the G string. And maintain that pitch and give it a vibrato. Slower vibrato I recommend, although that is personal choice. Okay, so let's go through that whole riff again. Look at my bad. There it is again. Now after you finish that bend, slide it off. Give it a little slide. Not necessary, but just a matter of taste. Okay, so what you're doing there is a rake. We talked about this in previous videos. Palm, muting with my palm, going across. Again, you're going for that whole step. See that? Right there, that's your 9th fret of the G string. Back hammer back on with a pluck to the 11th fret of the G. So see? Now this is the 7th fret. You're bending. I recommend pulling the bend this way. Okay, so that's what I recommend. All right, so let's go through that whole part. That's your 2nd rib. Rewind the video and look at that riff. That's your first part of it. It's the same flavor as the other riff. You're bending you're in the B string and you're bending from. You're bending to the 12th fret of the B string. And you're going here, which is the 7th fret of the high E string. Back to that same note. Pull off, okay? All right, so let's do it again. You're pulling off the 7th fret of the B string. You're hammering back on to the B string, the 10th fret, and slide into the 12th fret of the B string. I prefer this. Pinky, use the pinky for that slide. Again, you're sliding that to what we just said. And then we're going here. So what you're doing is taking your index finger on the 10th fret of the high E and the B strings. That's what you call chromatic. It's every note in a row, and I'm using my 3rd finger on the B string, 12th fret, 11th fret. I tend to go back to my pinky right here, because you're going to end up on the 9th fret of the B string. It's 4 notes right there. So let's do that riff again. Again, give it a little slide, and then you're going to come here. So that note is this. Okay, so you're right here, 3rd finger, and you're on the G string once again. Same type of style of playing. Here's 12, 13, 12, 13, 14. So you're bending on the 14th fret of the G string. And that's the B string, the 12th fret of the B string. You're going for a whole step bend. So just practice that little. That one right there, you're at the 15th fret. This is 12, 13, 14, 15 of the B string. You're bending up a whole step to the 12th fret of the high E string. Okay, so let's go through that whole little part. and you come back to the original note right there on the 15th fret of the B string. So okay, now let's go through that little section. So go back to here. You're going to go for a whole step bend, and this is the 17th fret of the B string. This is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The second dot is usually the 17th fret. Aim for a slide into that note. So that's what you're doing. At the apex of that bend, which is going for the whole step bend, you're using your pinky, again on the 17th fret, but this time the high E string. See that? Slowing it down. Right there, 15th fret of the B string. Hammer on with a pluck to the 17th fret of the B string again. And let us hear that bend back to pitch. See that? So let's start from here. Here you're doing the same bend again. Whole step bend, B string, whole step bend on the B string, the 17th fret. See that? That's again a chromatic thing. You're going to 15, 16, 17 with the index, second, and third fingers. See? That's a whole step bend from 17 to 19 on the high E string. Now after you do this, hit this note again and then bend it a whole step. So it's not this. It's not this. It's this. See? That's how you're going to come out of that chromatic. You got to come, as you're bending that whole step, as you're coming down, almost make that seamless. So here we go. That note right there, going up to 17 and 15 on the B string. 1, 2, 3. So you hit this note twice, which is the B string, the 15th fret of the B string, and then you just hit your 17th fret of the B string. It's okay. Now this is, you're going to have to bend a whole step and bring it back down a half step. Okay? Two hits. You bend up a whole step. Same move as before. Your pinky comes across and gets the 17th fret of the B string. Excuse me, of the E string, 17th fret of the E string. That's it. So it may take a little practice to get that, to get the whole and half step in that one bend at the same time. right, so just go back and rewind the video. So you're going to the host. That's what you're doing note-wise. Okay. So, and then you're going to come back here. All right. That is your B string. You're on the 17th fret. Excuse me, you're on the 14th fret. 14th fret of the B string. That's all half step bends. So you bend up, bend, let it come back, pull off, and then bend back up again. There you go. Same style of playing. Do that twice. Just your B string, that's your 13th fret. It's a half step bend again. And you're pulling off to your note right here. Okay? That's your high E string, 10th fret. And then you're going to hammer on. If you do that twice, you're going to hammer on to this note. Well, that's your G string. That's your 11th fret G string. Okay. That just slides right into that note. That's your B string, 11th fret. And there are different, I've heard different versions of this where there were other notes in there that were added to this note. This is the version that works, best for me. So when you listen to, they've been playing this song for years and years, so you'll hear different versions. This version, best for me. Two times. Slide into it. Right? That's all of part 2 right there, okay? So go back and check out the video, rewind it, take some time to listen to the notes. A Mindful Life. Stay tuned for part 3 coming up very soon. A Mindful Life. Peace out.